Hello everyone, this is Ronika Yousuf. Today we are going to talk about insect mouthparts. We will be looking at their different forms, how they function and the incredible feeding strategies they allow. Well, an insect's mouth is its main tool for interacting with its food. Think about it, insects eat everything from leaves and blood to nectar and wood, and their mouthparts have evolved specifically for each of these jobs. It's a perfect example of how structure is shaped by functions. Understanding this isn't just academic, it helps us control pests which damage crops or spread diseases, and it helps us appreciate pollinators like bees. To understand all the wonderful types, we first need to look at the original model, the generalized chewing mouthpart. Think of this as the basic blueprint that all other types evolved from. It has several key parts: the labrum, which is like an upper lip, the heavy-toothed mandibles that acts as jaws, the maxillae or secondary jaws that helps handle food, the labium or lower lip, and a tongue-like part called the hypopharynx that mixes in saliva. This setup is perfect for biting and chewing solid food. The first type is chewing and biting. The first specialized type is the one most similar to the basic blueprint, chewing and biting type. You see this in insects like grasshoppers, cockroaches and beetles. They have really strong, hardened mandible for crushing leaves, woods or other prey. This is the foundation, and if you understand this, the other types will make a lot more sense. Type second is piercing and sucking. Now, here's a major redesign. For insects that feed on fluid like blood or plant sap, chewing mouthpart just won't do. So, they evolved into a piercing sucking system. The mandibles and the maxillae become long, needle-like stylets. The maxillae even zip together to form two tiny tubes, one for sucking up food and another for injecting saliva. Mosquitoes, aphids, and bedbugs are all examples you are probably familiar with. This diagram shows how it all comes together in action. You can see the stylets piercing the skin or plant tissue, with food being drawn up on canal while saliva is pumped down the other. This is exactly how a mosquito feeds and in the process can transmit disease. Type 3, siphonning. We have the siphonning type, which is like a built-in straw. This is specialized for one job, drinking nectar from flowers. Butterflies and moths are the classic examples. Their maxillae are elongated and zip together to form a hollow proboscis. When they are not using it, it stays coiled up under their head and they unfurl it using fluid pressure. Then we have the sponging type, which is like having a built-in kitchen sponge. Think of a housefly. They don't have jaws for biting. Instead, their labium is modified into a soft, spongy pad called a labium. It's covered in tiny grooves that soak up liquid. If the food is solid, like a sugar cube, they will spit saliva on it to dissolve it first and then sponge it up. Type 5, chewing lapping. Some insects need the best of both worlds. The bees are a great example. They have chewing, lapping mouthparts. They have kept their mandibles for chewing wax and packing pollen. But they have also developed a long proboscis made from their maxillae and labium. The tip is like a tiny, hairy paintbrush that lap up nectar, so they can handle both solid pollen and liquid nectar with one tool set. Of course, nature always have more variations. Some insects have even more specialized tools. For instance, thrips have a rasping sucking mouth that scrapes plant surface and then sucks up the ooze. Horseflies have a sponging mouth with little teeth that can repair skin before sponging blood. Fleas have a single needle-like stylet for piercing and sucking blood. The diversity is just amazing. So, let's tie it all together with an evolutionary perspective. All of these different types started from that same basic chewing ancestor. This is called divergent evolution. This diversification allowed insects to explode into all sorts of ecological roles, which is a major reason for their success. And sometimes unrelated insects that eat similar food and with similar looking mouthparts, like mosquitoes and aphids, both having piercing sucking style. This is called convergent evolution. And that brings us to the end of our look at insect mouthparts. Thank you for your attention and thanks for watching.